Tonight, drinking dilemma. Saskatchewan's legal drinking age is in the spotlight. Could it possibly be lowered to 18? Plus, Leadfoot crackdown. New speeding fines in Saskatchewan construction zones are some of the highest in the country. And fact or fiction. It's hard to tell if a picture is real or fake thanks to social media.
In sports, stopping the slide. The LLOYDMINSTER Bobcats try to end a 6-game losing streak against the Drayton Valley Thunder.
This is Newcap News with Nerman Esau.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Some of the region's best beef producers were in our city over the past few days. It was for the 34th annual Stockade Roundup. It happened at the LLOYDX grounds. Now, the event wrapped up yesterday, so all that was left today was the cleanup. The Bobcats were hard at work restoring the X grounds to its original state before the big Pfizer Stockade Roundup came through. Hundreds of producers were in attendance, showing off their cattle. They worked hard to prepare for the big show. Now, the event is also a way for buyers to see the kinds of cattle that are being bred in our area. The event, always a big draw for the area. Drivers caught speeding in Saskatchewan construction zones can expect to pay a lot more if caught. As of November 1st, the Saskatchewan government increased fines for speeding in construction zones. Now, anyone caught with a lead foot will face a $210 ticket. That's double the old fine. Plus, an additional $1 will be added to the fine for each kilometer you're caught going over. Now, the speed limit is set at 60 kilometers per hour, so anyone going over 90 faces a $6 fine for each kilometer. Now, according to the government, these are some of the highest fines in the country. Cold Lake resident Curtis Hargrove is back on the road again. He took the weekend off for an event, but is now running to Edmonton and Calgary. He's now just one province away from reaching his destination in BC. And along the way, there have been dozens of volunteers who've stepped up to the plate to help him. One of them is 19-year-old Morgan Seward, who has been with him since the start of the trip when they met in Newfoundland.
He posted an ad on Kijiji, and then I responded to it, and a day later I met him, and then we took off 5 days later.
Seward is responsible for driving the motorhome that follows Hargrove. She says this trip has seen a lot of ups and downs, but that there have been more memorable moments than anything else.
Leaving Newfoundland, because we had our first province done. Ottawa, we had 5 police escorts to Parliament Hill, and the homecoming. It's incredible to say you've done something like this, and it's cool to say you did it with a stranger.
Morgan Seward says she keeps herself company by singing and talking to herself and bringing other people along for the ride. Emmett Murphy joined me on our desk for her first look at sports. Now, the LLOYDMINSTER Bobcats were looking to get back into the win column last night.
Yeah, against the Drayton Valley Thunder, the same team that upset them in the playoffs last year, and trying to stop a nasty 6-game losing streak in the process. Cats led 2-0 after one period. 1:23 into the second, Brendan McKay's point shot pops in front, and over to Eric Sieben, who is untouched for the open net tap-in. 4 minutes later, a high shot drops in the crease. Frederick Tanguay pokes it through the pileup. This game's tied up. Cats goalie Chase Martin is not happy that goal was allowed to stand. Same period, harmless dump-in turns into a great chance for Dusty LeBrun. He's denied, and the Thunder D shuts down the rebound chance. Back the other way, Martin gets some help from Grant Baker with the shot block. Before Shane Broly powers up the wing, he goes across the crease but can't finish. Broly would actually get a penalty for tripping, and on the Cats power play, scramble in front, gives Jason Wark a shot, but no dice. This game's still tied. That is until 2 minutes left in the second. Nolan Yaremchuk from the wing scores on another man advantage. The orange and black lead 3-2 heading into the third. In the final frame, Cats top line with 2 cracks in front, but can't beat Marc-Olivier Daigle. Sloppy open ice play sets up a chance. Blocked again by Baker. The pass in front doesn't create anything. So, on another home power play, Matty Marcineau nearly jams one into blue paint again, but Daigle makes the goal line save. Braden Crone comes in and gets called for slashing. Daigle rips Crone's stick, smashes it on the net. Both sides fired up. On the power play, the Thunder hit the post. Then, with a minute left, Thunder can't get a stick on it in front. The Bobcats win 3-2, outshooting the Thunder 34-20, stopping that nasty 6-game slide.
We're a physical, gritty, tenacious team, and that's how we have to win our hockey games. We don't win it on fancy play. We win it on gut check wins.
Oh, well, when you haven't won as many games as we'd like, when you do get them, it feels great. It was nice to finally do some things to win a game instead of kind of give them away like we have been, so that was really good.
And Chase Martin and the Lloydminster Bobcats kept that momentum going this afternoon, toppling the Sherwood Park Crusaders 4-0. That's the Bobcats' first shutout of the season and first game they've won by more than 1 goal. Austin Yaremchuk had a goal and 2 assists. Matty Marcineau had 2 goals. The Cats play the Crusaders again Tuesday at home. The Lakeland Rustlers men's and women's basketball teams were at home last night, both facing St. Mary's. Rustlers ladies came into the game undefeated, winning their first 3. They were all over St. Mary's in this contest. Amy Warbrick's bucket made it 43-11 in the third. Coach Chris King said the girls had 1 bad quarter on Friday night. They didn't worry about that on Saturday. They held St. Mary's to just 3 points in the second quarter. The Rustlers shot 84% from the free throw line and held the visitors to 25% shooting overall. Amanda Carlton led the way with 19 points and 8 rebounds. Amy Warbrick chipped in with 3.
We had just a lot of energy, running the court, using our speed to our advantage. We just went out there and had fun. It was just good.
Defensively, we're really in tune with what we wanted to do, and obviously our shooters are hot. Amanda, Amy, and Mariah were on fire to start, and that really changes things because they tried to zone us up, and when we hit from deep, we're very tough to guard.
The men also got off to a great start last night. Wesley Jones' rebound put away made it 4-0, and his hot start continued as he took the Emmanuel Jones offering and slammed it down for the 11-3 lead. But St. Mary's battled back. Randall Mosca steals the ball and doesn't do anything fancy, but gets the 2 points nonetheless, making it 32-27 for the visitors. Mosca was a beast in this game, dropping 34 points with 4 steals. Third quarter, Kadeem Willis brings the Rustlers back within 1, but St. Mary's was just the better team. They went on to win 86-74. Rustlers dropped to 1-3. Head coach Tom Grote says the team needs to work on some things.
Our offense was a little bit off tonight, and we've been giving up 90 points, and tonight we didn't have the offensive end of things to save us. So the results are what you get.
We just let the game slip away from us. All of us didn't work hard enough, and we gotta give it out to St. Mary's. They came out good, strong, and hard, surprised us. They're a great team.
Plenty of Lloydminster hockey teams in action yesterday, including the Bantam AAA Universal Heat. After going through the first 9 games undefeated, the Heat went winless in 2 games last weekend. Yesterday, they bounced right back, doubling up the Lethbridge Golden Hawks 4-2. Cole Johnson scored all 4 goals. He now sits second in league scoring with 21. He has found the back of the net in every game this year. Mason Shaw had assists on every goal, giving him 4 points on his birthday. And the Heat back on the ice today against the Southeast Hounds. Mason Shaw nearly scores on the first shift of the game. A minute later, Trey Doyon finds room on the wing. No one can handle his centering pass. Moments later, Heat can't clear. Tash Boyles over to Slater Dykma. He rings it off the post. Then Braden Goulet misses from point blank. With 9 minutes left in the first, Shaw's shot is high and wide, bounces out front. Goulet buries it this time. It's 1-0 Heat. Hounds look to respond, but Shaw shows he's a pretty good back checker too, not letting Jordan Taubert get the shot off. To the second, collision at center gives Goulet a 2-on-1 with Shaw. He cranks the crossbar. Other end, pass in front to Michael Clark, but he can't dunk it in, even with 2 chances. Heat now up 2-0. Shaw spins and finds Ashton Oakes. Another crossbar hit. Hounds get on the board though. Michael Donna finishing the breakaway deke. It's 2-1 with 4:40 left in the second. 45 seconds later, Reagan Doig wins the draw and slides the puck in the cage while being hauled down. We're all tied. In the third, bobbling in the Hound end, Cole Johnson looking for his 22nd. No luck. Hounds nearly pull ahead with a shot from the point. It's deflected. but hits iron and stays out. Under 12 to play. Puck battle in the neutral zone. Aaron Denis gets it and gets knocked over as he enters the offensive zone and scores. Heat lead 3-2. The Hounds come back and get a 2-on-1. Cale Clegg playing the shooter. They get the pass in front, but Dallas Hines shuts him down. Then, with 4 minutes left, Cale Clegg scores a beauty. Heat win 4-2 to bounce back with an undefeated weekend. And the Baker Hughes Bobcats are on a hot streak after beating the Calgary North Stars 4-2 yesterday. It was the Bobcats' 4th straight win and 7th straight game without a loss. Ryan Van Genderen and Trevor Ballas each scored 2 goals in the victory. The Lloydminster Rohan Rage can't seem to find any momentum this year as they dropped a 2-1 game to the lowly CBHA Blackhawks yesterday. The Rage have yet to win back-to-back games all year. Similarly, the Lloydminster Bandits continue their unpredictable season. The Bandits had their 6th one-goal game of the year last night, losing 5-4 to the Cold Lake Ice. The Bandits were outshot 37-27. Chris Romanchuk led the Bandits with a goal and an assist. That's your look at Newcap Sports. Stay tuned for more news and weather after the break.